Hurricane Milton hits Florida's west coast. It made landfall as a Category 3 storm, bringing powerful winds, a deadly storm surge, and flooding to much of the state. It's since been downgraded to a Category 1 storm, but it is deadly. No word at this point how many people have been killed or injured.
And as of this morning, more than 3 million residents are without power. Milton made landfall in Siesta Key, Florida. That's about an hour south of Tampa, but the National Hurricane Center reported wind gusts as high as 102 miles an hour in the Tampa area. Now, the hurricane spanned several deadly tornadoes. More than 120 homes were destroyed and at least 4 people were killed. We're going to send things over to weather in just a minute, but here's what it looked like inside one of those destructive tornadoes. Wanted to show you this video. A doorbell camera captured this footage in Fort Myers. Just intense. You can only imagine if you were inside and watching that on the camera. You can see palm trees being blasted by wind-driven rain before a howling gust of wind began to shake the camera. Now, the owner says he and his family were not at home. They evacuated ahead of the storm. So let's check in with Ryan McMillan now.
Wow.
As we continue to track this storm. But Brian, we wanted to get that video in first before, we went to you. Now we can see the storm is tracking out over the Atlantic, but still so much damage and winds to deal with.
Exactly. And the tornadoes were a massive deal here ahead of this storm, this hurricane that made landfall around 8 o'clock last night in our time, and then moved its way, or excuse me, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and then took 9 hours to make its way across the state. And we saw dozens of tornado reports pop up in Florida. There were 130 tornado warnings issued by the National Weather Service, which is an all-time record. And that was before the strong winds and the storm surge and the heavy rain developed. Spots around Tampa saw 10 to 15 inches of rain in just one day. There's a bunch of the storm reports, and that includes all those tornadoes, mainly in the southern part of the state as that made its way closer to land. You can see the storm surge reports here as well on the west coast of Florida. And that storm surge contributed to things like this boat now up on the dock, likely damaged.